The European Parliament approved a decision calling for the labeling of settlement products on Thursday, with a vote of 525 for and 70 against. Settlement products refers to a variety of products that are produced in Jewish communities in the West Bank and the Golan Heights. Only a small number of European states currently require the labeling of Jewish settlement products. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said in response, "We remember what happened when Europeans marked Jewish goods. The EU decision is a distortion of justice and logic. The EU claimed the move, which has been in the works for over a year, was independent of any political considerations and meant only to clarify misleading labels claiming that the goods from the territories originated in Israel. However, Jerusalem said it saw the decision as a boycott on the state." We recently sat down with the European Union ambassador to Israel to try and understand the logic of the European Union's decision.
I would like to say this very clearly. We are against BDS in the European Union, as we are against any kind of international isolation of Israel.
The measures that we have taken and which again are all based on existing legislation have absolutely nothing to do with that.
Yet it seems that isolating Israel is what the European Union is after.
The expansion of settlements on the Israeli side is, in our opinion, a factor which is not conducive to the peace process. It's true that there are areas in which we have our disagreements, but that doesn't detract from the fact that overwhelmingly this is a harmonious and mutually beneficial relationship.
The labeling of products of the Jewish state by the European Union brings back dark memories. Europe should be ashamed of itself. It took an immoral decision. Of the hundreds of territorial conflicts around the world, it chose to single out Israel and Israel alone, while it's fighting with its back against the wall, against a wave of terror. The European Union is not going to hurt the Israeli economy. It's strong enough to weather this. But it's the Palestinian workers in Israeli enterprises in Judea and Samaria that will be hurt. This will not advance peace. It will certainly not advance truth and justice. It's wrong. Europe should be ashamed of itself.
When asked about the EU decision, State Department spokesperson Mark Toner said, "We do not believe that labeling the origin of products is equivalent to a boycott. The majority of the businesses will take a financial hit. However, many have already moved away from the European market and have been doing well in emerging markets in the Far East. The bulk of the financial toll will most likely be felt by Palestinian workers. In many businesses, the Palestinian workers receive the exact wage as their Israeli counterparts. While monthly earnings in the corrupt Palestinian territories come out to about 2,000 shekels a month, the average salary for a Palestinian working in the targeted factories is over 6,000 shekels a month. On top of that, the workers receive social benefits as well. Thousands of Palestinian workers are now in real danger of losing their main and only source of income. Europe's decision to brand Israeli goods are a perfect illustration of history repeating itself. If Europe was consistent in its policy and marked products from the 200 other territorial disputes across the world, this would merely be a case of Europe following through on its policy. However, it is only Israel that is being subjected to this labeling. While targeting of Jewish businesses is a European rite of passage, one would think that in 2015, Europe would look forward as opposed to returning to its 1939 mindset. I suppose Europe did have years of historical context to draw from. So what color will the European Union use for tagging and labeling Israeli products? I suggest they use yellow, for it would simply make everything come full circle. For TheRebel.Media, I'm Igal Hecht.